Hello, everybody. I'm Brian Cahill, and welcome to a preview of our new Braniff News magazine entitled From the Ground Up. Now, when I use the term our to describe this news magazine, I'm not only including those of us who are putting the program together, but all of you, for this program is not only for you, but about you. I should mention that when we premiere in October, I'll be joined by a lovely co-hostess. Her name is June Bias, and she'll be flying in from Philadelphia to join me. Now, September 12th was a banner day for Braniff Airlines, for we expanded our service in and out of Kansas City greatly. And we were on hand at Boston and Philadelphia with film clips of those inaugural flights, and we'd like to show them to you now. Good morning. I'm standing here at Gate 29 of the Kansas City International Airport with Mr. Don McGuire, who is our Vice President of Public Affairs. And as we're getting started, why don't I just ask you today if you can tell us a little bit about your family or, your personal background before we get into business.
Well, I guess the most important thing to me is I've had 22 years in the airline business, Brian. This will be my fourth airline, and I hope my last. We're very, very excited about being with Braniff, as I hope everybody knows now. I'm a native of Missouri, so this is a double homecoming for me today, and I'm very, very proud to be in Kansas City and have Braniff in Kansas City. This is, I think, a great, great day for all of us.
Well, how long have you been with Braniff?
I've been with Braniff, I believe, 78 days as of today, and it's been a really exciting time, and I can't begin to tell you how busy it's been, but I hope it'll get more busy.
Well, can you tell us a little bit exactly what you do as the Vice President of Public Affairs?
My responsibilities are to come up with the communications about the company to our employees. We think that's a very, very primary responsibility. And also to tell the world what Braniff's doing. Well, all of our critics will tell you everything that's wrong with Braniff. We don't worry about that. That gets taken care of for us. But there's a heck of a lot more right about Braniff than wrong, and it's my responsibility to make sure the media knows about it, to make sure the community leaders, the civic leaders in the communities we serve know about it, and the employees too. We want to know what's right with Braniff, and that's a full-time job telling the world that.
Well, now, of all the other airlines, and you mentioned that you've been with other airlines, what specifically made you decide to join us here at Braniff?
Oh, I think the opportunity. We've got such a tremendous opportunity ahead of us. We've got wonderful employees, a wonderful name. I think when you go back to a place like Tulsa and announce that Braniff's coming back to Tulsa, you get an 8-column headline in the paper. That tells you that people want Braniff back. They want to hear the good news about Braniff. And that's the type of job a PR man likes to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you mentioned that a lot of your job has to do with communication to employees. There have been a lot of rumors going around lately about whether or not we're ever going to be international again, or whether we might add first class or have hot meals. Can you do anything to dispel any of these rumors?
I like to tell people that in my job, the rumors travel at about 580 miles an hour. And it gives me quite a struggle to keep up with rumors traveling that fast. But I like to hear them. I think rumors tell you what's on people's minds, tells you what's on the employees' minds. One, we're going to have more airplanes. We're very, very close, we think, to concluding some deals to expand the fleet. Two, we will go to hot meals as promptly as we can, but promptly can be quite a few months in this business, as you know. But we're looking at some other meal services that take advantage of the system we have now and enhance it, make them more attractive. I've eaten some of them. They're pretty nice. I don't look like I've suffered too hard for it. First class, we're very interested in. These are things that are important to the business traveler. But the first thing the business traveler wants is frequent schedules to a lot of destinations. And that really is what the Kansas City hub's all about. Mm-hmm. I think as of last week, we had, I believe it was about 20 nonstop destinations from Kansas City. We had 3 or more flights to 7 of those destinations. As of October 1st, we'll have 29 nonstop destinations. We'll have 3 or more frequencies to 20 of the 29. And that's when you start appealing to the business traveler. So that's the thing we had to do first to appeal to the market we want to serve.
Well, you mentioned getting other aircraft. I'm assuming you mean before we take delivery of the F-100s?
Before the end of the year.
Oh, yes. Great. Some more 727s or 737s?
Well, let's not get too specific now. We'll let the rumors worry about that. But essentially what we want are aircraft that are compatible with our present fleet. And we'd like 2-engine jets The two-engine jets obviously would be 737s. That's our first priority, but we're going to bargain the best we can.
Well, great. Well, do you have anything else you'd like to add that you think people should know at this point in time?
I think it's important for the employees to know that we're really dedicated to one thing, building a strong Braniff, a Braniff that can be very competitive and vigorous, and a Braniff that will be profitable. Neither a city can depend upon an unprofitable airline for its service, nor can employees depend upon an unprofitable airline for their jobs. And that's the greatest responsibility we have to bear right now, and we're going to take that very, very seriously. And we're going to have some fun doing it. I think we want to succeed. But I like that smile you're giving me right now. We'd like to see a lot of those smiles around Braniff.
Well, I'm smiling because I have a feeling a lot of the employees agree with every word you said, and that's always good when the administration agrees with the employees. So I guess that about wraps it up, unless you have any closing words you'd like to say.
Yeah, let's go put some passengers on the planes today.
Sounds good to me. Well, thanks for joining us here, and thank you very much for having a few words with us.
Thanks for having me.
Good day. This is Brian Cahill. Greetings, everybody. It is September 12th, 1988, and we are here at the Kansas City International Airport for a very exciting day for Braniff. As of today, we are increasing our schedule by quite a bit, and as you can tell from all the activity around, everyone else is pretty excited about it too. And in a few minutes, we'll be getting ready to cut the ribbon here at Gate 29 and really get things started. So thanks for joining us.
Okay, let's stand over the side here and give us a little highlight.
Well, it looks like our president and chief executive officer is getting ready to cut the ribbon, and there it goes. And Braniff is off.
My name's Tim Barnes, here at Boston's Logan International Airport. We're Braniff's first nonstop arrival from Kansas City. Has just arrived, flight 584, and may I add that it did come in a few minutes ahead of schedule. We heard a ribbon-cutting ceremony with Mr. Frank Palermo, City Councilor, Kansas City, Missouri.
4th Christmas Eve to make this presentation on behalf of the Mayor of Kansas City and the City Council of Kansas City, my colleagues, and indeed the citizens of Kansas City. I've got some gifts to the officials here and friends of Braniff for this inaugural flight. Here's a book all about Kansas City.
Terrific.
Everything you ever wanted to know about Kansas City, we're afraid to ask.
And I have the pleasure on behalf of Governor Dukakis and all of my colleagues in the legislature to welcome Braniff and to welcome you, Frank, on the inaugural run of the Kansas City-Boston service, which I know is going to be of tremendous benefit to people in both cities, and it's going to be used a great deal by people in this area, and some books on Massachusetts and in Boston, the Charles River, and looking from Cambridge to Boston.
Steve, thank you very much, and again, it's a pleasure for us to participate in this activity. Braniff Airline has been, for a number of years, a very good friend to Kansas City. Obviously, with some of the problems in the industry, we haven't fared so well lately with Eastern Airlines, so we're delighted that at a time when our participation from Eastern is decreasing, that we have more involvement with Braniff, and we can't think of a better place to come than Boston. This is only the third time I've been here, but I love your city, and next to Kansas City, it's the best place to be. On behalf of the Mayor of Kansas City and the City Council, my colleagues, I make you an honorary citizen of Kansas City.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us here for our little preview episode of From the Ground Up. We hope you're as excited about this program as we are. In fact, if you have any interesting stories that you'd like to share with us about your job or your passengers, anything, why don't you give our executive producer, Michael Carter, a call at area code 816-891-7088. And if you call now, you get free wind chimes as well. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Brian Cahill, and June Bias, thank you.